Hello, Mount Vernon. This is Mayor Sean Patterson Howard. It is Monday, April 12th, about 1:29, almost 1:30 p.m. I'm coming to you because we have been getting constant calls, emails, people stopping us in the building and in the street, visits to our office concerning residents and business owners who are trying to pay their taxes. We do know that taxes are due to the city of Mount Vernon on April 15th. Um, we hear your frustrations. We understand your concerns about your inability to pay taxes. This is not something, this is the third tax season that we're experiencing these challenges. This time last year with COVID, we know a lot of people had difficulty paying their taxes, even if you mailed them in. People complained back in July and August that they were having a hard time collecting their taxes. And here we are coming down to the deadline of another tax season, and residents are still able and businesses are still unable to pay their taxes. We know that many have mailed your taxes and they have not been cashed. We know that others have come to the office to find the office closed without notice. We know that people have made phone calls constantly, and you're saying that your phone calls, the phones are not being answered, they're being forwarded, or you're getting a voicemail that is full and you can't leave messages. And we have another category of people who say they haven't received their tax bills, or even from last year, and when they do receive them, they're being penalized for a tax bill they've never received. The comptroller is required to put out a public notice stating that it's tax collection season, and this is the public notice that was put out. The second paragraph says, notice is also giving that I will attend daily except Saturdays and Sundays and legal holidays at my said office from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. commencing April 1st, 2021 to receive payment of such taxes and other charges. So the comptroller is supposed to have her office, based on this public notice, available to receive taxes Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., which is regular business hours. Unfortunately, this has not been the case, as she closes her office early and some days closes her office totally, and residents are unable to pay their taxes. We have been speaking with and meeting with residents and business owners who have come in an attempt to pay their taxes and have constantly found her office closed. One of the things that we're doing right now is, if you come in and you find that the comptroller's office is closed, we would encourage you to come up to the corporation counsel's office, and then allow them to make a photocopy of your documents and stamp it so that you could have proof that you did come to City Hall and try and pay your bills. This is not acceptable. People have asked me, why haven't I fired the comptroller? The comptroller does not work for me. She was elected by the residents of Mount Vernon, and so she has an elected position, and I cannot just fire her or make her do her job. But this is a problem. We do know, especially in these times of economic crisis, that the city needs this revenue in order to operate. And she has consistently said that revenues are down. Well, revenues are down not for the lack of people trying to pay the taxes, but for her unavailability and her office's unavailability to collect the taxes. The school district's taxes are being paid. You pay the city and the county taxes here at the comptroller's office, but unfortunately, far too often, she and her staff have been unavailable to collect them. We have plenty of people who said they've mailed in their taxes only for the checks not to be cashed. Part of that problem is this box right here. It is packed. As you can see, it is packed. This is the comptroller's mailbox, and some of these letters go back 2 and 3 letters deep into the box. So there are probably over 150 pieces of mail in her box. She has not collected her mail since last week, so your payments might be in there. I would encourage you that if you are mailing your taxes in, if you are mailing your taxes in, again, so that you could have a receipt to send them in registered or certified mail so that you can show proof that you did mail them in on time. I know this should not be the responsibility of the residents to prove that they are trying to pay their taxes so that you could avoid fines. But unfortunately, we do not have a controller that is working under her own guidelines, which she posted in the newspaper. What else? If you are having a hard time paying your taxes, please just don't send emails everywhere. Please use K Evans at cmvny.com, KEVANS at cmvny.com. If you need to send us an email concerning your challenges in paying your taxes, you can also send an email to Gina Donaldson, which is GDonaldson at cmvny.com. We do have the link on cmvny.com where you can go under the controllers tab and pay your taxes. There is a 3%, I believe, processing fee there. So there is an online portal that you can use to pay your taxes online. It had been down because we're operating on 20-plus-year-old servers that we've been trying to get replaced. Again, they've been unstable because they are old and we are having a hard time getting maintenance for them. But please, again, the portal is up and it is working if you want to access your tax payments online. So you can pay them online. You can come into the office. As the public notice said, her office is supposed to be available to receive your taxes Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 4:30 p.m. But unfortunately, she randomly closes her office when she chooses to, or early, or she doesn't come in and her office is closed altogether. This should not penalize the taxpayers. Here you see there is a notice. It says the controller's office will close at 2 p.m. for COVID cleaning. Her office was closed all day on Friday for COVID cleaning. Her office closed last Thursday, allegedly, for COVID cleaning. I don't know out of 4 floors in City Hall why her office is the only one that's constantly closing for COVID cleaning, especially at the height of tax season. So we apologize. We are not making this up. Residents are coming and they're experiencing it. So if you're trying to pay your taxes today, unfortunately, the controller has decided that she's closing at 2 p.m. But if you do come in and you want some type of stamp showing that you tried to pay your taxes, please come up to the Corporation Counsel's office so they can take that information. I think, what about if you're paying bills online? I had just addressed that, Mr. Gladman. You can access www.cmvny.com and you can put that, you can pay your taxes online. I do believe there is a 3% service fee, but the online portal for paying your taxes is available. Carla Walton, at this point, people should probably hold their payments in their checking accounts. Why pay if it's not acknowledged or if the city isn't receiving the money anyway? Carla, again, I would encourage people, as I've stated, to send it registered mail. You have proof that you have sent it, and that will prevent the controller from trying to assess any late fees. Okay, Donna Brown Morrison says, who does the controller report to? Obviously, she reports to no one. She is an elected official. She is supposed to be answerable to the people, but she has decided not to run for office any longer. And so I don't know if she's just looking to burn the city down on her way out, but that appears what it is. Again, I would encourage people to reach out to the governor's office and see what he can do, because he is the only person that has the ability to remove an elected official from office. So reach out to the governor's office. We have been doing that. We haven't received any kind of assistance at this time to remove her from office, and they are painfully aware of her dereliction of duty and her obstruction of governmental administration. What local laws has she broken? Local laws that she's broken New York penal laws. New York Penal, if you go up and look at the New York Penal Law 195, she's broken several of those in her duties. Now, most of them, people have asked, arrest the controller, take her out of the office. We can arrest her, and pretty much with the courts operating as they do right now, all the police department will be able to do is give her a desk appearance ticket, and she'll go and she'll sit right back in her office, and nothing will happen until the courts and the wheels of justice move. I mean, you do remember when Mayor Richard Thomas was arrested and charged. He was booked, and he was back in City Hall at his desk that same day, continuing to do whatever he did. And the same will happen with Comptroller Reynolds. If we arrest her, she will be right back at her desk, operating with impunity and probably making it even worse in retaliatory measures. These are the challenges we did put in for her to be held in contempt of court last week. That contempt plea was rejected by the Westchester County District Court, and so she's not being held in contempt. We are doing everything possible. We are sending letters to the governor, the state comptroller, the state AG, the Westchester County DA's office. And I can tell you everyone is working on it, but unfortunately, the level of urgency that this requires is not happening. My taxes are folded into my mortgage, thankfully. Okay. Carla, unfortunately, I hope your payments are processed. We still have people who are not only having challenges paying their taxes, but when you purchase or sell a home and the property transfer taxes has to be processed, that has been a challenge for her as well. Look, right now today in City Hall, we don't even have toilet paper, and that's very real because the comptroller just doesn't pay the bills. She doesn't pay the bills because she says there's no money. She doesn't collect the money, I guess, because she wants to say there is no money to pay bills. So it's a very, very vicious cycle. Well, please, Ms. Solicito, definitely come and pay your taxes in person. I encourage you to come probably before 1 p.m. because that's when she's been closing her office most days, 1:30, 2 o'clock. She's been closing. So if you come after that and you take out time from your schedule to come later in the afternoon, it's a high likelihood that her office will be closed. If you come on a Friday, it's a high likelihood that her office will be closed, as we've seen. So again, if you are having a hard time paying your taxes, we ask that you just don't post on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or, next door neighbor. We ask that you send us an email to kevans@cmvny.com or gdonaldson@cmvny.com. It's there on the ticker, and we'll put it in the comment section so that we could have a record of what's going on and your attempts. Please do include on there your block and your lot number so that information can be there as well. Again, Mount Vernon, we apologize for the inconvenience, but unfortunately, without enforcement powers, this is what we are dealing with right now. We are working with the city council to identify other workarounds, but everything that we do when it comes to dealing with Comptroller Deborah Reynolds is a workaround. It is exhausting. It is demoralizing to not only the staff, but it is very inconvenient for you as residents, for the vendors that we work with and who work with us to deliver services to you. It's a challenge, but it is a real challenge. This is not political. This is real. I mean, this is my folder of controller complaints. That people are trying to come in and pay their bills and they can't do it. These are just some of the emails. We don't even take out the time to print them all out because we have a hard time. We have to go out and buy our own paper because she hasn't paid the paper bills. So we just ask that you work with us. We ask that you be patient. Send us an email if you're coming in and her office is closed, again, come up to the Corporation Counsel's office so that we could stamp your information. And if you are paying it by mail, I would encourage you to send it in certified or registered mail. And there is the convenience of paying it online for those of you who choose to pay it online, but there is a service fee for that convenience. Thank you so much, Mount Vernon. Everyone stay safe, stay positive, continue to social distance, and we look forward to resolving this at latest in December when she is out of office, and hopefully if someone will step up sooner and assist us in either removing her from office or compelling her to do the job that the people of Mount Vernon voted her in to do. Thank you again and have a blessed day. Take care.